Hello everybody, today I'm going to share a story with you. Now, I was thinking about our topic Victorian seasides, and one thing that I love to do when I go to the seaside is go for a swim in the sea. So today I have chosen How Deep is the Sea? Pipkin was a very small penguin who was always asking very big questions. How big was a dinosaur? Does chocolate grow on trees? What makes snow fall from the sky? But the thing he wanted to know most of all was, how deep is the sea? Penguins are really good swimmers, said his mama. Why don't you go and have a look? Pipkin took a very deep breath and dived into the sea. He swam down a little way into the sparkling blue and found a seal catching silver fish. "Excuse me," said Pipkin. "How deep is the sea?" Deep enough to hold more fish than I could ever eat," said the seal. "Would you like to stay for lunch?" "Sorry, I can't stop now," said Pipkin. "I'm off to find the bottom of the sea." He swam down a little further into the deepening blue and found the biggest creature he'd ever seen, singing a rumbly song. "Excuse me," said Pipkin. "How deep is the sea?" "Deeper than a big blue whale like me has ever been," said the creature. "Would you like to stay and sing to my blue whale friends across the sea?" "Oh, sorry, I can't stop now," said Pipkin. "I'm off to find the bottom of the sea." Pipkin swam down a little further into the darkening blue and found a salty sea dog in a yellow submarine. "Excuse me," said Pipkin. "How deep is the sea?" "Deep enough to need a submarine to reach the very bottom," said the salty sea dog. "I'm going there now. Would you like to join me?" "Yes, please," said Pipkin. The submarine took them down and down and down to where the sea turned night black and there was no one else around. Then, one by one, twinkling lights began to appear. All kinds of wonderful lit-up creatures were swimming around in the dark. "Excuse me," said Pipkin. "How deep is the sea?" "Deep enough to have whole mountains at the bottom," said one of the twinkly creatures. "Look!" And sure enough, just below was a range of towering mountains. "Is this the very deepest part?" asked Pipkin. Not quite," said the twinkly creature, and it pointed to a valley. "Down there is the very deepest part of the sea." So the yellow submarine took them down into the valley. It was very deep and very dark and very, very quiet. Flump went the submarine as it landed on the bottom. I wonder whether anything lives all the way down here," whispered Pipkin. They peered into the darkness, but nothing came to say hello. So they sat for a while at the bottom of the sea with miles and miles of water above them. ready to go home?" asked the Salty Sea Dog. "Yes, please," said Pipkin. The Yellow Submarine took them all the way back up to the top of the sea. Pipkin said to his mama, "The sea is very, very deep. It's deep enough to hold more fish than a seal can ever eat, and deeper than a big blue whale has ever been, and deep enough to have whole mountains at the bottom, and lots of twinkly creatures hardly anyone's ever seen. And it's deep enough for very small penguins to have very big adventures," said his mama as she rubbed him dry. "I'm proud of you, my little Pip. Come this way to see how deep Pipkin went." Open the envelope to see how deep Pipkin went. Shall we have a look in? Are you ready? This is very exciting. I'm going to put the book down so we can see how deep is the sea. Guys, I can't even stretch it to you. Look, it's still going all the way down to there. Okay, I've stretched it right up for you, and here it shows how deep the sea is, and hopefully from there you can see all the way down to the bottom. So it says here 100 metres deep. The sea is deeper in some places than in others because the seafloor isn't flat. In some places, such as beaches, the sea is shallow enough to paddle. That's what we love to do, isn't it? Most of the world's sea animals stay near the surface where it's light and the sun warms the sea. Then we get a little bit further down, and it says that blue whales mostly like to swim around up here because they can dive about 500 metres deep. I'm going to keep going a little bit further down. And it says here, 500 metres. Some penguins can dive all the way to here if they take a deep breath first. And then I'm going to skip all the way down to here. And it says 11,000 metres. And that's where there might be lots of creatures living down here that nobody has ever seen before. I hope you all enjoyed my story, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon. Bye!